Hello everyone, I am Akhil Aggarwal. I'm from GNDU and I'm doing BTech Computer Science and from there and I'm in first semester. And this video is especially for the first semester students studying with me of BTech Computer Science who are studying AutoCAD. We are being taught the 2010, so I'm going to tell you how these things work in 2021. As in previous video, I've uh, mentioned you the setup of 2021. So let's get started. From here you can open the new file, and this is the toolbar above and this is below the command line, and here we have the toggle bar where from which we can toggle the views, different views. So this is the front one, this is the perspective view. Here we can draw 3D views, and so but now what we are studying is the top view. And in top view we have to keep the direction as well. We have to take care of direction as well. So XY comes like this. So north, south, west, east. The direction should be good. I think from here you can toggle the direction as well. So yes, we can toggle the directions from this arrows. Firstly, we have to set the units. We will type units in the command line, and decimal precision should be 0.00, and it will be in millimeters. We will be taking in millimeters. So the command line gives you various options. When you will type li, it will give you it will show you all the things that are starting with li. But now we want to set up the limits. Firstly, we have to define the lower left corner. So I am taking it as default 0.00, 0.00. We have taken the precision 0.00. So if anything else, you can type here point something else, or you can take other values as well. This depends on you, or simply you can also type 0, 0. It will take 0.00 by default. So now we have to define the upper right corner. I will take it 50.00, 50.00. So we have defined the limits now. Now we are ready to work. I'm going to tell you some of the tools. Today we are going to discuss line tool, circle tool, and arc tool. In line tool, you can manually put the values here. It is asking for in blue selection you may see, and or either you can simply click and draw and click. So I will type the first point here. I will type it 0, 0, and it is asking for the length of the line, and side by side you may also see that it is showing the angle at which we are drawing the line. You may also change that. I will tab and I will put 50 degree, and I will again tab and I will put like I want of length 10 mm. So yes, now we have drawn a line of 10 mm. Now it will continue to draw lines until you press enter. When you will press enter, AutoCAD will get to know that the line has finished now and we do not need to draw another line. So if you don't want to continue this line, press enter. If you want to continue, you still get these two values. By tab you can toggle between them. So you may again draw a line if you want to draw another shape. I will end it here and I will press enter. So a line is drawn which is at the angle of 50 degree. Now I will discuss the circle. We have two types of circle. I will discuss two types of circle. We have many more. So first is the center radius and second is the center diameter. So the name basically suggests name basically tells you that you have to define these two things. First the center point, then the radius. That's all your circle will be drawn. And in second option you have to firstly define the center points and then the diameter. There is not much difference. Firstly let me I took of radius, and here it is asking for center points. You may either put it, or you may either click at any point that you want to make center. For example, let me put this default coordinates as center. I will place it here. Now it is asking for the radius of the circle. I will put it 10. So now you can see that this is the center point, and the this is the circle of 10 millimeter. So the line we drawn was also of 10 millimeter. So this shows the units remain same in AutoCAD. Let me tell you some selection process. If you simply left click at one point and drag it, and whatever things comes under the selection will get selected, and then you will press delete button or whatever you want to do. There is another type of selection. If you hold the left click, then you will get a poly selection tool. You may make selection of any shape. So let me tell you the circle of another type, that is center diameter. Similarly, I will put center as 0, 0, and I will put diameter as 10. So now the diameter of the circle is 10, not the radius. The radius will be 5. That is half the diameter. Again deleting it. So now let's come to the arc. In this I will firstly define these two arcs. Further we will study in next upcoming videos. Here it is 3 point. Simply the name tells that you have to define 3 points. Firstly I will take 0, 0.00 to 0.00. This is the first point. Then you may define the angle also as well. Like I want a 45-degree angle and 10 millimeter. Then again you have to specify the length and the angle, and suppose I want it here, it will automatically take the values and adjust the angles and make an arc for you. So we define 3 points: starting point, second point, and ending point, and it gives you an arc. So let us continue with the second type of arc. This is the start, center, and end. You have to firstly define the starting point. Let me take it like 10, 0. So 10, 0 means 10 coordinates in x-axis and 0 coordinates in y-axis. This is same as we type like we do functions in our geometry, in maths, and so on. So now we have to define the center point. Basically the center point is like the center of the circle. Like we have studied arcs in our previous classes. So the center of this, so we have to basically now define the center of the circle. So if I have taken 10 units in x-axis, then I want like my center to be at origin. So I will type 10, and by simple mathematics we get to know that it is at origin. So this is how arc is drawn, and now we will point to the ending point. It will you can type the angle that you want. Like I want a 45-degree, so an arc of 45-degree angle with center point 0, 0, and of arc of the radius 10 millimeter is drawn. Suppose I wanted an opposite direction, the arc in opposite direction. Suppose as I start from I give the starting point of arc here, and similarly I want of 10 millimeter radius. Now I don't want that it should be like this. What it is doing, that it is completing a complete circle and coming here, but I don't want like this. I want like it should come from here to here. So I will press Control button. It will act like this. When I press Control button, the direction will get reversed. And when I press 45, oops, I have to firstly take the arc, define starting point, center point, and then Control press 45, and then again press Control and enter. I think I'm having some problem here. This 10.00, and I want this like 30°. So I can simply draw this by taking 45°. So yes, an arc of 45° in opposite direction is drawn. So let us delete this. This was some basics. You may trim things from here. We will come this part. We'll come to this part. Firstly, let me draw some construction lines. From this tool, you can draw construction lines. I have to define a point like 10, 10. Like this point was 10, 10, and around this point, this will act as center for rotation of these construction lines. They will show us snapping at 90° angles. Like it is showing some snapping. Like it will get magnetized to this point, and also at this point at multiple of 90°. So I want construction line of here, and then again it will show. Then I want to draw construction line here. Then it will keep showing until you press enter. Now I have drawn these construction lines. So now we have to set offset. Offset was basically creating a copy of this line at a specific point. So like we have to define an offset distance, like at what distance the same line should be drawn. Either in I have pressed 10, and it will specify either in positive axis or either in negative axis. Like if we take this as origin, then either it will be in positive or it will be negative. It is your choice what to choose. Suppose I choose positive, sorry. Then I will press this again and tape it in negative. This option is still in our hand. You can see that it is still asking for the objects. And I want to do similar thing with this x-axis. The line we have drawn an x-axis. So we'll take this and do this. This object is in our hand until we press enter. It will continuously do such things. Like now it cannot do for center line because on both the sides we have 10, but it can do for this line because here a 10 distance at a 10 mm can be drawn, and for it here it can be drawn. So I will not go to that part right now, and I will press enter to escape from the option that we took. Now if we take up the trim option and select this line, now we can select only this part only. Suppose we want to draw a big room and two small rooms, then we have to remove this partition, and when I click on it, the partition gets removed. Now we have made a big room and two small rooms, and similarly pressing escape button will also deselect the option. So we have drawn construction lines, we have studied about the how to set offset, and we have somewhat studied about the trim option as well. So let me delete these things. Simply click left and press and delete. Okay, it's not like that. Okay, now it's working. Yeah, delete. So now we have to study the array option. I will simply take 0, 0 as starting point and I will make it of 10 radius. Now I have this circle. Now I want multiple copies of this circle to be in like in y-axis and z-axis and x-axis. We can also have them in z-axis as well. So what I'm going to do is if we take a practical example, then suppose I want to plant trees in these circles, and I want every tree to be in this circle at a specific distance in this area. So I will not like do like I will copy this and paste it here and copy this and paste it here. That will be a large amount of wastage of time. So I will do this with the rectangular array. Then you will press this option will come. Now like suppose I want 30 mm of distance between each column, like here in between 30 mm and again 30 mm. So like let me keep it 50, and then suppose I want to plant 5 number of trees in this column. I will type it 5, 1 2 3 4 5. So 5 is this, and I want only one single row above it. So I want only 2 rows, and the distance should be 100 meter. Suppose like I want to make a pathway, and on each side of the pathway I want trees to be planted. So this is how it will look like. But now I have to discuss another option, and for that option the example is not valid. So you can basically study, like you can basically understand this easily without an example. So if I want levels, like this is a type of a building. If you consider this a type of a small building of circle, like of cylinder, like in cylinder size, and I want to make levels. So I want a 10 level buildings, and in each level there should be a gap of 10. So now it has made a level 10 level buildings, but you will not see like that because we are currently in top view. But if you will consider the front view, the levels are created now. And if you will consider the perspective view, you can see the building with different floors has been created. Please don't get confused with my examples, as both are different examples. I hope you understand, and please let me know if I can improve with anything to make you understand how is this working. So this is how rectangular array works, and if we click on it, again we come to the options and we can again edit these options. So now firstly delete it. Now suppose the second type of array was the path array. Suppose we draw suppose I have drawn this arc, the big arc, and I have drawn the circle of of, of 40 mm radius. So let's get started with the path array. Now it is asking to select the objects. Autodesk basically tells you what to do. You just need to see your command line and it will tell you what to do. Now our object is this. Object is the circle, and it will say that one object is found now, and it will continue to ask for objects, but now my object is finished and I'll press enter. Like, now don't ask for the objects, now ask for another thing. Now it will ask for the path curve, and now it has made it. The path we selected, now it has drawn circles on it on the same path. If you understand and if you look carefully, it asked for multiple objects, but it didn't ask for multiple paths, because on the same path we can align multiple objects, but there cannot be multiple paths for the same object. So this has been drawn, and you can further increase the things and rows and columns and all the things. And yep, now like in between, how many should be there? I ask for only one. Like the distance in between, how much it should be there? For 120 it will give 400. I have to check how will we increase the values for that. Yeah, I've unselected this option, and now we can change the values to 5 or so, but firstly take it 90 or 80, and then I can choose for fifth option. Yeah, earlier we were not able to take the options because now the path was not available for it. It was like it ended here. So it said that how can I draw another object on same path, because now the path is not available to me. So now when we decreased the distance between each circle, now it says that yes, path is available, you can draw another circle as well. Now if you will draw sixth circle, it will not draw a sixth circle, it will automatically come to 5. Whatever you type here, 8 or whatever, it will automatically come to 5. Yes. So the bigger the path, the more you can draw of same. But if you want to draw more, then you have to compress this by changing the distance between them. So either you have to change the distance between them, either you have to make the object smaller or make the path bigger. So this is how array of path works. So the last one is the polar array. The polar array is like if you have a single point and you want multiple things around it. It is like having a table and multiple chairs. So firstly do one thing, let's draw a circle of 10. Like first, this time we make it small, and then I draw another circle of like 2.5. Yep. And now let's come to the array, polar array. Now it is asking for objects, Now I have to select only one object. I don't want multiple objects. And I'll press enter. Then it is saying to specify the center of the. Now what it is asking for, like, from, like, this is the center of the circle, I guess. Yeah, this is the center of the circle. So I want to rotate this thing about center of the circle. If you take this point, it will rotate, it will take this as center and rotate all the things about it. But now I want this as center, so it has rotated all the things, all the chairs around the center of the table, because this is how we arrange tables and chairs in a circle table. So when we increase this, I want 10 number of chairs. It will provide you 10 number of chairs here. And if I want more chairs behind it, suppose this is like a circle stage, something, a performance going on, and there are multiple people sitting over chairs. So I want like 10. So this is like a chair behind a chair and chair behind a chair, and this is the center. So everything is rotated about this center point. So this is how polar array works, and you can increase the items to 15. So it will look like this. I hope you understand today's lecture. It was till here only, and I will come up with another tutorial soon. If you like it, please like the video and subscribe my channel, and please let me know how can I help you further and what problems you faced in this tutorial. I will try to clear it in my next tutorial. Thank you everyone.